What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about ZEBEC today, ZBCN. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Shout out to OG Paradox. I hope you don't mind. I'm not writing a comment. I'm actually making a video instead. C-Zar, what's up with ZBCN? Is it still going to correct? I was literally checking the price, and we're at new all-time highs. I'm like, holy hell, I didn't even see the price went up this high. And I was looking at this. I was gonna write a comment back, but I figured why not do a video? So hopefully you don't mind that I didn't write a comment back. I just left you a heart. You're like, why did he leave a heart? But he's not telling me what's up. I'm getting to it, man. I'm getting to it. I promise. I think that while this was an unexpected move, I would compare it a lot to Cookie Dow, guys. I would very much compare it like a lot to Cookie Dow. It's not the same exact looking move, but kind of, right? You got that fake out high, and then you're gonna go lower. I think that's exactly what we're seeing here. It's a little bit prettier looking. It's not as unnatural as Cookie Dow's was, but ZBCN here. The reason why I think we're going to stop here is because originally, if you guys do remember, the plan was from a high to a low to go to the 1886200 level, which you've just done. Yesterday, I had forsaken that price because the day before it gave us a bearish engulfing candle, and I did say in that video, maybe not the last video I made, but like 24 hours ago, I said that it's kind of uncommon to stop between the 1886 and the 1618. It happens sometimes. I mean, maybe there's just so much selling pressure or whatever, but normally you would complete the thought. I think that's exactly what today is. You're completing the thought and trapping people who are overzealous buying here. I think we're going to go lower. You look at the 4-hour time frame. Volume's building. It looks great. Everything's great. But your RSI, 6 minutes, 50 seconds left. You're right in this precarious area to reject from, right at the overbought zone. If I'm wrong and you go higher, let's actually talk about this real quick, okay? Because if I am wrong and you do go higher, and by the way, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. This is also why I did say it's not necessarily that I'm saying sell, but I would say wait to buy. Of course, at all-time highs is the best time to sell, but you never know. And if you think that you have a winner, you should never sell because you never know when it could just defy gravity. Moments like this are a case in point as to why it's best to never sell. And I've actually been talking to myself about this, like literally talking to myself like all day about this, and like probably since yesterday. I don't know what it is. It's just ingrained in my head. Maybe it's just me trying to tell myself something. I don't know. But if you have a winner, you don't sell that winner for other potential winners, right? ZBCN at this point has proved itself to be a winner. You don't put a winner investment into another potential winner. You've got a proven winner here. So not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I hope a moment like this is just exemplifying why you shouldn't sell, no matter how confident you are. Because if you're in this for the long term, if you're in it for the short term, okay, sell. Who am I to tell you? You know, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Play your own game, do your own thing, lose your own money, make your own money, whatever. But in the long term of things, in the grand aspect as far as when this cycle ends, I believe we have a lot more growth to go. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that believes that. Why would you trade a winner here when you have so much to go? You could just literally sit back and do nothing. Why trade whenever a 100x is going to happen or a 50x is going to happen with you just sitting on your hands? You know what I mean? You don't need to make money faster. The faster you try to make money, the faster you're going to lose it most of the time. But anyways, ZBCN here, I do like where it's postured. I do think that it looks like it could go higher. You do have bearish divergence on your daily time frame, lower high here, but it's kind of severe. I would almost think that this would come up more, but you seem to be prone to these severe divergences, if I'm being fair. Actually, with that kind of personality trait, I wouldn't be surprised if this was the high. Maybe. But it's not bearish divergence until you get a red day, okay? So if tomorrow closes red or today closes red, then yes, it is bearish divergence. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the high, but we could go higher. If I'm wrong and we do go higher, I got so sidetracked, man. If I am wrong and you go higher, I think it is time to consider the 2272. You really could go to the 2272. With the 2272, oftentimes you don't stop right at it. You actually wick above it. If you were to wick above it, what's right there that can make sense to find resistance at? 1 cent, psychological area of resistance. It makes so much sense that you might just go all the way up to 1 cent, find resistance there, and then come down. Now, here's the thing. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I do not believe we're going to go to 1 cent. I just think it could happen. And here's the deal: if you're not in the markets, if you're sidetracked, if you're sidelined, sidelined. If you put yourself on the bench, what's the word I'm looking for? Not sidelined. Maybe it is sidelined. I mean, sidelined. You're on the bench. It's the same thing, but I feel like it's something else. I don't know. If you're on the sidelines though, this is not talking about 1 cent should not make you want to buy, because hold up, we probably will pull back at least to this price, if not likely lower. Going from the 2272 as resistance to the 1618 as support is so common. It's so common. And even sometimes to the 1414 or the 1272 as well. Sometimes you do go 2272 to 1272. So 00288 is still a possible target. I don't know if we get there. right now, what I'm considering more so is that we do find resistance here. And oftentimes when you find resistance here, you do look to find support at the 1414. So in answer to your question, OG Paradox, yes, I do believe we still will correct. I think that the correction might be less extreme than I thought. It's probably going to be closer to 0034 than 003, but still a little bit of a correction, something lower than what we saw yesterday. Absolutely. That's what my expectation is. Let's look at the short-term time frames here real quick. 1 hour looks immaculate. It looks bullish as hell. Very, very bullish. Super bullish. Looks phenomenal. We love to see it. Volume's coming in. That's good, right? But it's not a whole lot. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I like this 1 hour candle. 3 minutes left. I don't know if I like this 1 hour candle. Looks like there's some selling going on, but you absolutely could continue to grow. And it wouldn't surprise me if you did, right? Like you could go all the way up to 1 cent. You tipped your 1272 here, so there is some respect going on. You're also at your 1886 200 area. Let's look at the 15-minute time frame. No bearish divergence there. I mean, it looks good in my opinion. The 4 hour with 2 minutes left, I'm not so sure if I like this, just because you could be in a rejection point. So it's very vital. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Whoever you are watching this right now, it's the second 4 hour candle of the day. So this one is at the 0 hour. You can look down here at the time, right down here. Whenever I'm scrolling over, it says 00:00. The next one is 4. It's at the 4 hour, right? So this next 4 hour candle needs to close green. If it closes red, you'll be rejecting off the overbought zone. If you reject off the overbought zone with this kind of environment, everything that I've said about the downside, it's not just going to happen. It's going to happen now. You know, like this was your high, down you go. If you close it green, that downside is still alive and well, but all that means is if you close it green, you're getting overbought in your 4 hour, so you likely press higher. Maybe go up to 0066. Maybe you go all the way up. Maybe you do go all the way up to 1 cent, you know. But looking at this RSI or looking at this fib range, I guess it is possible to go to 1 cent. That is the money zone right there, 2886 to 3113. But it's going to be difficult to do. I'm not convinced that you do, and the 4 hour right now is making me a little bit skeptical. The 1 hour gives me a little bit of hope, but things are volatile. I would very much assess this movement here. I would compare it to this movement here with Cookie Dow. And you're probably going to pull back, right? Wherever you started from the pump. Notice you pulled back a little bit, but then you pumped and then you dumped lower anyways and inevitably went lower. I'd very much compare this to that. So not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If you're looking to get into ZBCN like I am, I wouldn't be in any rush to buy. This is one of those moments where you look at it, you clap, you're happy for the people who are involved. You wish that you were there, but you're not. So just who cares? Don't FOMO. Definitely don't listen to your emotions. Don't get sucked up in that kind of whirlwind. Just notice that we're at a point of resistance. That makes a lot of sense to find resistance here. The areas to expect for support, I mean, at least would be back here, which is where, you know, that's where we were at the beginning of yesterday, essentially. So at least back at 00422. But genuinely, I don't think that we go there. I think that we probably go down to 0034, 0033, somewhere in that area. It is possible to go lower, but we're going to consider this for now. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. One last shout out to OG Paradox, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Thank you all. Bye-bye.